Give me all the like, all the way up. Let's get all the way up. What's going on, Conscious Crew? Happy motherfucking Thursday. I told you guys there's a lot going on. I know I took a few days off. Now we back with the jump off. We went live earlier, girl, to get into some of the details surrounding the tragic and untimely passing of YouTuber and TikToker Lips Lesion, who was unfortunately unalived by his own husband. If you guys did not catch that live stream and that update, please make sure that you guys get over there to get into the deets. Lip's sister spoke out to clarify some things, add context to some things. So please make sure that you guys, you know, send some light and love to the Lips family, girl. Very, very unfortunate set of circumstances. Speaking of unfortunate set of circumstances, of course, Jaguar Wright can find herself no other, or nowhere else, I should say, but on the shorter end of the goddamn stick, because she's being sued to hell by R&B singer Brian Deadbeat McKnight. Before we even get into it, y'all already know what I need you all to do. Go ahead and thumbs up the video until it's absolutely stuck. Thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious Crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. All right. So whether you're part of the replay gang, actively in these streets with me, or you are a Bush baby. Did I already say that? I feel like I already had said that. Run those damn lights up. All right. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all so that you never miss a day or hour. Girl, what? Have I said all this shit before? I feel like I'm experiencing Groundhog Day. It's giving deja vu, girl. Girl, is it giving deja vu? Had I already said all this? Had I already had said it? All of this? Tell me, y'all. My brain is telling me I didn't say it all this. Maybe because I just got off of a live stream, girl. That's why I feel like. But I've never felt like this. Even when I've went live back to back, I ain't never felt like, girl, I have literally already said this, literally already within the live chat. Nonetheless, share, all that good jazz. Give me old nasty piece of thumbs up, girl. If you guys love what the King is doing and you love seeing the King, girl, because the King bring you visuals, fashion, commentary, the key, the laugh, the cries, maybe do all the things. Show love on the Cash App, $Consciouztv, and or paypal.me/Consciouztv, spelled just how it is here on the platform. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be a YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn what. In fact, you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're loud, we're live, and we're certainly in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Conscious Crew? Shout out to my baby mother, Crystal, for the old dancing piece of child support check, girl. I love when y'all make it rain on the King, honey, before I even take front and center stage. Thank you, baby mother. Once again, you guys know all donation information is in the description box below, girl. It is literally, y'all, so much going on. We might be back to back, girl. It might be one of them days because, girl, every live stream, I'm getting intel, girl. We got some major updates in the Megan Thee Stallion case when it comes to Slot Radio, girl. It's a lot going on with the Cowboy Carter tour. I want to get into all of that, girl. It's just a lot going on, girl. It's only one of me, girl. I'm gonna have to be giving y'all the AI chat GPT version of CTV, girl, because baby, I'm gonna need help straight from the gates, the ways that the news be newsing. But let me shout out to the conscious crew in the building before we get started. Once again, if you're just coming into the stream, run those likes up. I need all of that. Do y'all guys know that I was out in public, girl, getting into some things today. Do you guys know people were stopping me, asking me if I'm related to the Jacksons? And that memory came to mind because I just said AI. Because I've always thought of the Jacksons, girl, as looking like artificial intelligence, girl. So I took it as a compliment. They was like, girl, you're giving the Jacksons from the late 90s, girl. It's giving LaToya, Janet Jackson. Girl, people were stopping me all day asking me if I was second, third, fourth kin to the jackal actions of it all. Shout out to my baby mother Tamika for the over piece of child support check. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, baby Baba. Once again, you guys know alternate for man because the king is king, baby. If y'all want the king up here getting into the things, girl, y'all know to run it. Run the likes up, run the shares up, run the engagements up, run the cash apps up, run the pay, baby. Just run it all up and down, girl. But I was damn near about to be signing autographs, girl, pooching through the mall. Let me speak to the conscious crew. What's going on, Sherry? Hey, Chowder. What's going on, Boonian? What's going on, Tip? Hey, Boo. Hey, Ian Gardner. Hey, Yolanda. What's going on, Frida? What's going on, Carolyn? Hey, Crystal. What's going on, Lady Butterfly? Hey, Charity. What's going on, Janae? What's going on? Hey, y'all. What's going on, Latasha? Hey, Miss Mika. Hey, Alex. What's going on? I like doing a roll call because this helps me to memorize y'all names and to get familiar with the conscious crew. What's going on, Renee? Hey, Art by Omni. What's going on, Melissa? Hey, Danny. Hey, everybody. Hi. What's going on, Lisa? Hey, y'all. So, I don't want to keep you guys long because we got a lot to get into, but I wanted to come through and get into Jaguar Wright getting the burnt pantyhose sued right off of her goddamn ass by no other than Brian Deadbeat McKnight, baby. Because you guys know Jaguar Wright, girl, or Jag Liar Wright has been begging and begging and begging and begging for a lawsuit, girl. She's been out here trying to add credibility to her conspiracy theories by saying, why ain't nobody sued me? Why ain't nobody sued me? Why ain't nobody sued me? Well, guess what, girl? Brian done did what? Sued you, bitch. Okay? Girl, he's suing her for the things, apparently for claims of abuse and prostitution, okay? Now, I do not follow the Jaguar Wright multiverse. I don't be knowing what the hell Jag is doing aside from when she be getting arrested by ICE and shit, girl, and you know, her supporters be trying to get her up out of FEMA camps and shit. But in terms of the shit she be saying about celebrities, girl, I pay that shit dust. It's clear that Jaguar don't know. She don't have no first-hand information. But what she does do is she takes legit spiritual and occultic information and she combines that and projects that onto the entertainment industry. Now, that's not also a complete fallacy either, because all of the spaces in the land, whether it's political, whether it's in our world government, whether it's in entertainment, is all ravaged by occultism, mysticism, and spirituality. And unfortunately, a lot of these capitalistic systems utilize occultic information for the great of evil and for the great of the good of self-gain rather than the good of the whole. Okay, because there's nothing wrong with mysticism, girl. Y'all know I'm a Christian mystic, or better known as a Christian witch. Okay, I master in the arts and all of the crafts. Okay, and do, girl, be covered with the full whole entire armor, girl. Be astral projection right into the White House, reading and extracting information from classified documents, girl, and do. Okay, be having whole astral wars with them left-hand paths. They be having guarding the goddamn Pentagon and shit in the astral plane. Oh, yeah, baby. Be getting into the things, bitch. Okay? But the problem with Jaguar Wright is that she be making explicit indictments against people who have the wealth to put her her family lineage, her first of kin, and her great-great-grandmammies, back into chattel slavery. Brian McKnight is willing to divulge what is remaining of his royalty checks, girl, to offing this bitch's head, girl. And who is going to be gagged by the end of this, girl? Well, let the shenanigans begin, bitch. Hold on, y'all. I'm harassing one of my friends. Ow! They don't like this kind of teaching. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the lawsuit, girl. Singer Brian Deadbeat McKnight. My God. As you guys can see here, he is being represented by the law offices of Sean R. Perez, Esquire. She is being sued in the United States District Court for the District of Nevada. As you guys can see here, Big Brian McKnight, girl, versus Jacqueline Wright. Plaintiff Brian McKnight, in support of his complaint against defendant Jacqueline Wright, also known as Jaguar Wright, hereby states the following, and she has responded to this lawsuit, at least verbally. We'll get into that too. Nature of this action. The defamation action arises from numerous videos posted on various social media platforms by Miss Jacqueline Wright, also known as Miss Wright, under the name Jaguar Wright. In the videos, Miss Wright claimed that she is the cousin of Mr. Brian McKnight's ex-wife, Miss Julie McKnight. Additionally, Miss Wright made statements that Mr. McKnight had been abusive to not only prostitutes, but to his wife, Miss Julie McKnight. My God, today, prostitute he had beaten up. Oh, this is a quote. Prostitute he had beaten up that my cousin caught him with just before that, and how he beat her up for catching him with that chick. And quote, he was a piece of father, and he was an even worse husband. Now I can get down with all those statements about his fathering. Plaintiff Brian McKnight is an individual and resident of the state of Georgia. For decades, he had been a prominent singer and songwriter in the R&B music industry, along with appearing in various television shows and movies. Defendant Jacqueline Wright is an individual and whom, upon information and belief, has in the past year resided in the states of Texas, Nevada, and California. Ms. Wright is a neo-soul singer, songwriter, and content creator. Since December 25th of 2022, Ms. Wright has made numerous public statements on various video recordings that falsely implied that Mr. McKnight was abusive to Miss McKnight during their marriage, was a terrible husband and father, and would pay said prostitutes extra to allow him to physically harm them. Okay, girl, so Wright was claiming that McKnight was in his Shannon Sharp bag, girl. Okay? Let's get into the statements of fact. Mr. McKnight's career began when he signed his first record deal with Wing Records and debuted his first album, Brian McKnight, in 1992. Throughout the decades, Mr. McKnight had recorded 17 studio albums, appeared in approximately 8 films, and numerous television shows. Mr. McKnight has numerous hits to include, but are not limited to, Love Is, One Last Cry, You Should Be Mine, and Back at One. Mr. McKnight's work has been nominated numerous times throughout the decades and has landed him an award with the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Male Artist after releasing Back at One, and an award with the Soul Train Music Awards for Best R&B Male Album for his album Anytime. That was my shit. Miss Julie McKnight is a singer and individual who knew and dated Mr. McKnight during their youth. Mr. McKnight was married to Miss McKnight for 13 years from 1990 to 2003. During their marriage, 2 children were born, Brian McKnight Jr. and Nico McKnight. During that time, Mr. McKnight knew, dated, and then was married to Miss McKnight. Never did Mr. McKnight meet, encounter, or become aware of Miss Wright and her kinship with Miss McKnight. Upon belief and information, at some point after McKnight and Miss McKnight separated, Miss McKnight shared numerous false and defaming statements with Miss Wright, who has chosen specific time periods from 2022 through 2024 to spread false and defaming information. On or about December 25th of 2022, Ms. Wright assessed her Instagram account to produce a live video stream to state false and defaming statements about Mr. McKnight. Ms. McKnight began her live video by informing those watching the live video that those who would later view the video of the music she was listening to, and then made the statement, quote, "It's Christmas, and I'm giving honesty and truth and gift, as a gift this year." Ms. Wright stated in her live video that there's another asshole, quote, "I need to say Merry Christmas to." Ms. Wright stated that she came to this conclusion after coming across the video on YouTube that was discussing, quote, Master P and Brian MiKnight and exposing their ungrateful children, to which she discussed Master P. She began to discuss Mr. McKnight. Ms. Knight immediately stated that her relationship to Mr. McKnight, his ex-wife, is my cousin, Julie McKnight Johnson, now Julie Johnson, followed by the statement that Ms. McKnight was the mother of Mr. McKnight's first children, and then proceeded to defame and ridicule him as a father. Quote, "She's the mother of his oldest children, his first children. He was a piece of ish father, and he was an even worse husband." Wow. As the live video continued, Ms. Wright claimed to, quote, "know things about Bryant that most people do not know, but failed to acknowledge that she, in fact, did not know Mr. McKnight." Ms. Wright continued the false statements in her live stream video by stating the following, quote, "There was a pro in Philly, and I've spoken about her before. Her name, well, she danced by the name Paris. She was dancing at Delilah's Downspring Garden and Delaware Avenue the same time that Amber Rose was when she met Kanye West. Bryant was one of my girlfriends from high school's client. But see, the things that most people don't know is that that ninja got a real sick fetish because he used to pay her extra so that he could choke her out and punch her in her freaking eye. And then he would just sit there and fruck her and beat her and fruck her and beat her. Sometimes I would go and pick her up after calls. And I'll forget the one time I came to pick her up after she had been with Brian, and it was just nuts. Her eye was all black, lips sitting out. He loosened her tooth. Miss Wright knew or should have known these statements were false, but chose to state them in her public video. After Miss Wright made the false accusations that Mr. McKnight would physically abuse Miss McKnight and other women, Ms. Wright attempted to support her narrative by stating, quote, "And then we found out later through my friend Giovanni Pearson, who is very, very, very good friends with my cousin Julie McKnight Johnson, found out that there was abuse going on in the home." Ms. Wright failed to verify if the statements provided by Mr. Giovanni Pearson were factual prior to sharing them in her live video. To further her defamatory statements of Mr. McKnight, Ms. Wright mocked one of Mr. McKnight's well-known songs back at one, quote, "Mr. 1, a nightmare come true. 2, just want to beat on you. Fucker, freak Brian McKnight." Wow. During the time span of 2022 through 2024, Ms. Wright experienced not only public backlash for her allegations against other prominent individuals within the music industry, but also found herself in legal cases by these individuals. In an effort to continue her narrative and regain the attention of the public for her podcast, on or around May 1st of 2024, Ms. Wright released a video on YouTube that further defamed Mr. McKnight, as well as brought her false narrative back to the public's attention. During the video, Ms. Wright continued to make the same false and defaming statements regarding Mr. McKnight that she had previously made in her Instagram live video on December 25th of 2022. In the video, Ms. Wright began by discussing The Grape by Ike on Tina Turner, and then immediately compared it to Mr. McKnight's hit song, Back at One. Ms. Wright made the notation that Mr. McKnight's hit song was not inspired by some admiring and loving events that the public believes inspired him, but was inspired by the complete opposite, or Brian McKnight going into the studio and recording one, It's Like a Dream Come True, And all, what a wonderful, great song. But if anybody knew about the prostitute he had beaten up that my cousin caught him with just before that, and how he beat her up for catching him with that chick, and that's where the song came from. After Miss Wright made this statement, she realized she had caught the attention of the fellow individuals in the live stream, which was exactly Miss Wright's intentions. After Miss Wright noticed that the individuals were now more interested in what she had to say, Miss Wright took the opportunity to turn Miss McKnight into a victim and a hero. Quote, "You know what she did instead? She started advocating for all of his victims. Imagine you standing in the gap for it and getting help for it and protecting the women that your husband cheated on you with." Additionally, Ms. Wright furthered her false narrative that Mr. McKnight was abusive when she made the false statement. Approximately 10 days later, on or around May 11th of 2024, Ms. Wright participated in an Instagram live stream video with Mr. Giovanni Pearson and 2 other individuals. Ms. Wright took the opportunity to again state her kinship with Ms. McKnight. "Julie McKnight Johnson is my cousin, and she is my family, and I give a damn about what happens to her." My God, today. Ms. Wright made the statements in an effort to gain the attention of viewers and to inform viewers that she held a relationship with Mr. McKnight, one that she knew or should have known was not real. Immediately following Ms. Wright's statements that she is Miss McKnight's cousin, Ms. Wright changed her vocal tone to one of disgust and stated, quote, "Everything that Ninja McKnight put her through." In doing so, Ms. Wright had made the effort to keep the attention of the viewers while insinuating through her tone that Mr. McKnight had acted in an unacceptable manner towards Miss McKnight. Again, Ms. Wright took the opportunity to turn Miss McKnight into a victim and hero while running her narrative that Mr. McKnight was an abusive husband. Quote, "You know it takes a strong woman to be able to get past your husband cheating on you. But it's a whole another kind of animal when you go and save the woman that your husband cheated on you with from that husband. Imagine that you're sitting there looking at the woman who had sex with your husband, and you're more concerned about her well-being than your own feelings." At this point in the video, Mr. Pearson spoke up about Miss McKnight's ability to handle a situation that had been fabricated by Miss McKnight, Mr. Pearson, and Miss Wright to defame Mr. McKnight. Quote, "Julie had always been a queen throughout this whole situation," to which Miss Wright adds, quote, "She's been regal. Listen to me. If she had told the family what he was doing, 1, it's like a nightmare come true. 2, we don't want to F with you. 3, and it's so plain to see that you're the biggest piece of ish, you asshole." It is evident at this point in the video that Ms. Wright had gained the attention she sought and enjoyed defaming Mr. McKnight by spreading the false statements. Before Ms. Wright moved on to discuss and defame other individuals, Ms. Wright again made the effort to spread her false narrative of how Mr. McKnight was inspired for his Back at One record. Quote, "How he came up with this record, because it didn't start with love. It started with abuse. Don't let those long songs fool you. Brian McKnight used to mess with a girl who was a professional, who me and her go back to junior high. He used to pay her extra so he could rough her up. For whatever reason, he couldn't rock it off unless she had a black eye. That's who you are, Brian." As a result of Miss Wright's false statements that Mr. Wright was abusive to Miss McKnight, other women, and was a terrible husband and father, Mr. McKnight's reputation, career sustained immense damage. As a singer-songwriter herself, Miss Wright was well aware of the negative effect that these false and defamatory statements would have on Mr. McKnight's career. Mr. McKnight has endured issues securing venues for concerts to be canceled, and petitions for tickets to not be sold through vendors. For years, Mr. McKnight had to endure the false and defaming allegations set out by Ms. Wright, while Mr. McKnight was trying to continue his career. Ms. Wright was pushing a false narrative about him in order to further her career. So here it is, girl. Jaguar Wright done went on a damn 4-year smear campaign against Brian McKnight, claiming that she herself is the first cousin of his ex-wife and baby mama, and that he used to abuse her, and that he also used to abuse, conveniently and ironically, some prostitute that she so happened to also have went to junior high with, and he would have all these abuse fetishes and black this prostitute's eyeball, etc. girl. And Brian is claiming that, for one, these are completely atrocious, maligning lies, you bald head heathen. But on top of that, I was married to this woman for what, 10, 20 damn years, and not once did you ever come up in a family portrait, girl? What did you ever show up in a Polaroid, girl? Did I ever see you on candid camera? You were never at any family reunions, girl. So where is it that you have some lineage, some DNA ties to my ex-wife? And Brian is claiming that not only are these states defamatory, but they have led to venues being canceled, tickets being revoked, and online petitions, baby, to sit his black ass down as a result of what Miss Jaguar Wright has said throughout the years. So they're going for count 1, defamation for statements in Miss Wright's May 1st, 2024 YouTube video. As we already read here, girl, they're just lining it up and organizing every goddamn thing. Count 2, defamation for statements in Miss Wright's May 11th YouTube video. Okay, what she realleges, etc., girl. And he is requiring a trial by jury. Plaintiff Brian MiKnight hereby demands a jury trial on all issues so triable. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that the court enter an award in plaintiff's favor and against the defendant as the following. Award Mr. McKnight's compensatory damages of not less than $75,000 or in such an additional amount to be proven at trial. Award Mr. McKnight's punitive damages to the maximum extent permitted by the laws of the state. Award Mr. McKnight of all his expenses, costs, including attorney fees, and grant such other and further relief as the court deems appropriate. I'm going to say this. Hold on, y'all. Y'all run the likes up, run the likes up, run the likes up. Attorney Sean Rancher, or Sean R. Perez. You know, I mean, it's kind of a lousy write-up. You know, there were definitely parts of this lawsuit that were given that Bryant wrote it up himself. It felt like a lawsuit that was written by a very, very, very elder attorney. Like, it was definitely given like Mitch McConnell write-up. You know, it was given very much so Sleepy Joe write-up, girl. Now, that doesn't mean the lawsuit is, you know, not going to be hitting just because it really wasn't, you know, written in these very suspenseful ways. You know, maybe we've been socialized at this point, girl. Okay, between all these damn lawsuits we done seen from Tony Busby and seen from damn Tyrone Blackburn, girl. Okay, we just used to lawsuits being very action-packed. But the reality is that Jaguar liar statements are in fact defamatory, especially if they are not true. Considering that some of these clips and sound bites of Jaguar Wright go completely viral on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, he definitely has an argument there for pain and suffering. And if, as a result of these salacious claims, there have been petitions and everything else written up that she's been subjected to public scrutiny, etc., there's been a loss of wage and opportunity, he definitely has some substance to his defamation. Okay, and he's particularly suing her over the claims that he beat this prostitute up and his ex-wife. I'm going to assume that Brian McKnight is going to be able to get his wife to act as a witness as well to said statements being unfounded and untrue. And we also know that Jaguar doesn't have a goddamn thing, girl, okay, but a backseat to her name. So it's also very interesting that she made claims about him abusing a prostitute that she knew out of junior high, but she act like we don't have that infamous video of her running down there to that Jamaican restaurant when she was trafficking, allegedly, Legina Gold, y'all know, R. Kelly and Aaliyah's eldest daughter, unbeknownst to R. Kelly and Aaliyah. And she was trying to sell her cigarette butt pussy for, you know, a Jamaican fish platter. Okay, she was on camera trying to sell that man, that married Jamaican man, some coochie to the back of the restaurant, girl, in exchange for a meal, girl. Okay, it was, I would fuck for a buck. Okay, girl, like so, it's very interesting that prostitution has came up in these allegations. Now, obviously, these celebrities know damn well that Jaguar Wright is a hot-ass fucking mess. She spends a quarter of her year in prison to begin with, girl. And when she's not in prison, she is running from one state curbside to another goddamn state curbside. So I do not think that any celebrity or public figure who is going to be taking up their claims with Jaguar Wright regarding defamation are going to be per se seeking money. However, I do think that these public figures are trying to make a point. They're literally suing her just to get a default judgment against her so that it can be on legit paper. It can be on legit record that there are clear of all said claims, especially if they have been damaged in some way by these fucking narratives. Now, is Jaguar Wright going to show up for court? Of course not. Are they even going to be able to serve her? Probably not. But considering that his lawyer spoke about her being a resident in 3 different damn states, more than likely that will be enough for the judge to be able to greenlight his team, notifying her ass by billboard that she's been sued. Or, serving her ass via the local newspaper. Considering that she has already acknowledged the lawsuit, that's probably more than enough to substitute service because she has responded. All right. I do not think that Jaguar Wright is going to be a part of any of these litigations. I believe she would do what she always does when it comes to the law, which is run, bitch. Okay? Run until she can't motherfucking run no more, girl. Y'all are not going to see Jaguar Wright retaining an attorney. Y'all are not going to see her ass actually replying to these lawsuits, girl. She's just going to do 50 million interviews and claim somebody is, throwing a grenade through her goddamn hoopty, bitch, and trying to unalive her, girl, and spin narratives and grip and use this narrative that the industry is out for blood for her and she's going to be able to get whatever remaining followers she has to cash app her and PayPal her accordingly, girl, because, she's out here doing the Lord's work and the devil is attempting to intrude upon that girl, okay, by suing her down to the damn ground. But I also want to let you guys listen to Jaguar Wright's response to this lawsuit. And then we're going to get out of here. This is Jaguar Wright's official response to this litigation.
Goofy McKnight is saying that he's suing me just like Tevin Campbell did 5 years ago. He threatened to sue me just like Brian is doing. And guess what happened? He did nothing. There is no lawsuit.
When?
There is no lawsuit, but I will be interviewing my cousin, Julie McKnight Jr. While y'all busy running around here, running with lies and running with garbage that came from TMZ, I'm actually just going to sit down with my cousin, his ex-wife, the mother of his oldest children, his most beautiful and most talented children. I don't know what he going to do with them half-baked mixed kids, because them kids is fucked. I didn't lie about Brian MiKnight. Everything I said was the absolute truth. It's going to be hard to do when they track down Kelly Worthington, one of his victims. It's going to be hard to do. It's going to, no. She's really not hard to find. She's still in the Delaware Valley area. I'm absolutely sure. But that's not even the point. The point is his ex-wife is my cousin. the mother of his oldest children, who he's treated like shit and denounced and talked crazy about because he was mad that his ex-wife was helping all of the women he made victims. She wrote all about it in her book. I'm going to be interviewing her about it.
Where's you going to get the money from to pay for these lawsuits?
Oh, I don't have to worry about that. My legal counsel is more than ready to countersue. And he also can't sue me for telling the truth, which is why my countersuit is going to be delicious. 1, I'm a nightmare for you. 2, I truly disgust you. 3, yeah, it's plain to see that you're a scumbag clearly. And 4, repeat 1 through 3. 5, nigga, get on your knees. If ever that I thought my work was done, I'm gonna drag that ass to 1. Yeah.
Now, if there's one thing, baby, that Jag Liar gonna do, bitch, she gonna entertain you on her way to hell. Okay? My God, today, this is going to be a hot, stinking mess. Will Brian MiKnight be the end of Jag Liar Girl? Because you know that as a result of her doing the most and not responding to this lawsuit, etc., girl, and all of the things, she could fuck around and end up in a contempt situation, which could result in a warrant for said given situation, and her black ass could be back down there to Rikers Island next to Bishop Bling Bling and R. Kelly and, you know, all the other goddamn people she claimed was with the goddamn Illuminati. Well, she about to join the goddamn ranks. I'm going to ask y'all one question before we get out of here. Do you guys believe the claims Jag Liar made about Brian MiKnight, girl? Do y'all believe her claims that McKnight was abusing his former wife and that he had an abuse fetish and was beating up on this prostitute child? Should we do a poll? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll before we wrap up, girl. Y'all thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please share, etc. You guys know all donation information is in the description box, girl. We got so much tea, girl, that, you know, I just got to get into the next live, girl. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Let me do a poll real quick, child. Y'all run those likes up because y'all see the king is working, girl. Shout out to London. Stephanie says, yes, bitch. My God, today. Let's do a whole nasty poll. Let's do a poll. Do y'all believe Jaguar's allegations against Brian MiKnight? All right, let me see how many of y'all believe she lied on that man. Or she telling the hard, cold, pressed damn truth. Okay, wait a minute. How do I get my... Oh, shit, I don't... Okay, here we go. Wait. What the fuck? Oh, my God, I done fucked up the thing, y'all. Hold on. Damn. Do y'all believe Jaguar's allegations against Brian MiKnight? Okay, sound off, child. Sound off, y'all. And y'all run them likes up, girl. Y'all know I'm going to be keeping y'all up to date, girl, with all the litigations, all the updates on the case, girl. Everything she don't do. Everything she does do, girl. We're going to be sounding off, real. Okay? All right. Okay. About 70% of y'all says no. You guys do not believe the claims led by Jaguar Wright against Brian MiKnight. And 34% of y'all says yes. Okay, so a little bit more than half of y'all says hell no, girl. Well, Jaguar Wright is going to have the opportunity to have her day in court and to finally legitimize herself as a truth teller, girl. Okay, so I hope it would be in her best interest, girl, okay, to take this matter up. She could use this victory to further legitimize herself as an industry conspiracy theorist or an industry whistleblower, girl. Okay, this is going to be major social equity on her if she could win this litigation. If she can't, womp, womp, wompity womp, womp. Well, tell me what you guys think below about this litigation, girl, the ins and the outs. I'll be coming to you guys with all other updates. Please make sure that you guys maintain the notification system. Press all so you can be notified day in and day out, because, baby, it's a lot going on, and we're probably going to be coming right back to get into more shit, girl. We got to talk about Milagro scams and Megan Thee Stallion. We got to talk about Beyonce. We got to talk about a lot of things. There's a lot going on in the world. If you are enjoying the game, make sure that you guys show some love to the Cash App, $Consciouztv, or paypal.me/Consciouztv, spelled just how it is here on the platform. Email me all the tea at consciouztv@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and DM me there as well. All corresponding and related information. Patreon as well. I love you guys a long time, and I will see you guys later. Peace.